I was watching a couple of YouTubes earlier. One was to do with the braking on the Spitfire, etc., and the other one was to do with the changes in the Spitfire since the last update. So this is Spitfire 2.9, where they have changed some textures and they've made a couple of other changes. As an example, hold on. On the boost gauge, boost 8 was previously at about 3 o'clock. It's now about 4 o'clock, which is no different, but if you don't notice that and you just boost your boost needle to the 3 o'clock position, you're not going to have 8 boost that you want to have for taking off. Okay, put the lights on. So what I'm going to do is talk about some braking and also talk about the changes in the Spitfire cockpit, and I think in the Spitfire flight model, because the Spit notoriously handles notoriously badly on the ground, but it now seems to be better. After I've landed, what used to happen is when the speed dropped quite low, it would then start swinging all over the place, and I felt that wasn't right. In the last update, since the last update, that seems to have stopped, so you've got a bit more control on the ground. And that's not to say that you should have a lot of control in a Spit, but if there's any lack of control, it shouldn't be when you're going slower, I don't think. So anyway, that's one thing. A few other things. Oh, I've also loaded a different Spitfire audio mod, which gives different Spitfire engine sound to what we would normally get in DCS. So hopefully that will be appreciated as an improvement. I think it's an improvement at the moment. I think it's possibly more likely to be. It's not as smooth, if you like, as the previous, and I think that that is probably more accurate. It sounds perhaps a little bit lower, a bit more bassy, if you like, possibly a little bit more ragged when it runs, especially at low revs, I suppose. It changes when we land. We get an increase in engine volume as we get close to the runway, and that'll be because of reflected engine sounds coming back up from the runway back up at the pilot. So that sounds very, very real, very reasonable. So I'm going to start the engine. I could talk through this just in case there's anyone that's going to watch this that isn't aware. So I'll start the engine. First of all, make sure the brake is fully on. Make sure we have prop pitch fully fine. That's fully forward position. And then I'm going to put some panel lights on, which are these two knobs here. Open up the starter and booster covers, and then I'll eventually want to put on the magnetos. I'll flick this throttle forward so it turns a little switch that turns on the landing gear indicator, and then I'll be ready to prime. I'll give it 5 pumps of the primer. Push both those buttons, which on my computer I use delete and enter keys on the keyboard, one of the very rare occasions that I have to touch my keyboard. And then once it's starting to run, I will flick the mixture lever forward to the forward position. I'll then adjust my altimeter and my nose down. I'll give it 1 division of nose down. It's currently showing us 2 divisions nose up. And I'll adjust my rudder so that the double D of rudder I just past the 12 o'clock mark. Then I can go. I'll try to remember to put the pilot in place as well once I do that, because it doesn't seem right for the stick to move about with no hand moving it. So I put the pilot in place just because that's what I'd expect to see if I was sitting in this seat for real. So let's go through some of that. Oh, texture wise, how accurate it is I don't know, but the pedals seem more bitty, more ragged. That might or might not be more real. And the paintwork on the gauges panel might be darker, might be slightly different in texture. That notices more when I put the panel lights on, which I'll do now. You can see a slight mottling effect on that top right bright section where the light is shining, a mottling effect of the paintwork. Okay, so I'll do those other bits I've said. I've got to, things I didn't mention is I've got to put the engine, the fuel pump on and open the fuel gauge. You might hear the fuel. I can't hear it. Open the fuel cock. Open the starter and booster covers. Turn on the magnetos. Flick the throttle forward enough to operate a little black switch just there, which I could do by clicking it, but it doesn't make sense. You would do it with the throttle. So now the gear indicator section is running. So now all I've got to do is prime it and start it with those two buttons, and then flick the mixture lever forward. Okay, so we're primed and the primer's locked. I'll push those two buttons, get the engine started, and flick that lever forward, which I can do with a button that I've got mapped on the back of my throttle unit. And I think this engine sound is possibly more like the reality. I can't tell. I've never sat in a spit with the engine running, but it does have a sort of a lumpy sound to it, which is fine. Right, so I'm now going to adjust my altimeter and my two trims. One division of nose down. And set the rudder to the double D's just past the 12 o'clock mark. And that's the default view that DCS gives us, but I'm sure that is not right in a Spit. A Spit's got a tiny cockpit. Your nose is virtually touching the gauges. So I'm going to zoom in to what I believe is to be much more likely. Now that I think is a much more likely view that you would get if you was actually sitting in a Spit. Possibly even closer, I don't know. Okay, engine's running, everything's good to go. I've sorted my altimeter, I've sorted my trims. So now I'm going to taxi. To taxi in a Spitfire, and this is a bit I was saying earlier on, to taxi in a Spit, you have one brake lever, no toe brakes. There are no toe brakes on a Spit, so me tilting my foot forward on my rudder pedal does nothing. if I want to turn left, I have to give it left rudder and apply some braking as I need it, and then that'll slew the aircraft round. Once it gets to roughly where I want to be, I've got to bring the pedal back and possibly apply more braking to prevent that like movement from momentum. So let's go. Brake off, a little bit of throttle, probably about 13 to 1400 revs. Apply some braking, left rudder. And now counteract the momentum. I do feel that this sound is more accurate. Might be wrong. So it's foot forward and apply brake for whichever direction you want to go. So rudder forward and apply brake. Left or right rudder, apply brake. It's difficult to show this because I have to try to look down and try to see where I'm going at the same time. I didn't put the pilot in place. Let's do that. Only because I think it actually sounds a bit gamey, but I think it makes it a bit more real. Here we go again, pull onto the runway. Nothing coming in, nothing going up. I should ask for permission really, but I'm the only one in this server at the moment, so I haven't got to worry about other players. Okay, brake is now fully on. So I'm gonna push my throttle lever to get about boost 8. I'll push the lever forward perhaps in stages, let the aircraft catch up with the engine, and then when I get to, at that time I'll be dancing on the rudder pedals to try and keep us straight. Let the aircraft's nose come down, which it will naturally as it gains speed and we get airflow over the wings. And once that happens, I want to get to about 180 and 190 miles an hour. Rotate a little bit just to get her up, get the gear up, adjust the trim so that it then goes to one division of nose up rather than one division of nose down. I'll then adjust my RPM to give 2,700 RPM with the prop pitch lever. And then I can close my canopy. We'll leave it open in case I have to be oiked out very quickly in the case of an accident. So it's not closed, it's left open. Okay, I think I'm good to go. So to take off it's stick fully back, full right aileron, throttle up, and then as I just explained. Once I've done all that, once I've taken off, I can close the canopy. So here we go. Luckily I didn't go too mad because I've left my brake on. That would have caused me to nose over. Brake off. Go again. Okay, adjust my prop pitch to give 2700 RPM and close my canopy. Another thing they've changed, improved, is the fact that making this turn to the right now, very often it will have given me issues. You get a lot of reflection on the inside. That reflection there, now that reflection is acceptable. It used to be opaque, you just couldn't see through it, and I felt that was wrong. It was opaque and it stayed there. Now it's less opaque and it changes with the aircraft's attitude as per wherever the sun happens to be. So that makes a lot more sense. It seems to work a lot better. I'll hit some ground unit. Not many, but that's good enough. It's only a demo. And now I've got to think, have I covered all the stuff I wanted to cover? Well, one of the things I want to cover is the fact that the engine note changes on landing. As you get closer, it gets louder because of the engine noise being reflected up, and it is more controllable when the speed really drops, which to me was wrong before. To land, I've got to give it full prop pitch, fully forward, fully fine, and open the canopy. Oh, I just took a hit from some artillery that's on the, or some tanks that are on the bridge. Don't think I've done any real damage, but I heard the bang as it hit. Okay, gear down at about 140, but I'm dropping, so my speed is going to stay up. Speed is now dropping. Gear. Try to show that. No, wrong view. I'm not going to try and change that. Flaps down. And you should hear a change in engine volume once we get close to the runway. Perhaps I was talking over it. Oh, what a bounce. That's too, because I was too busy talking. I'll probably get away with it. Yeah, bad landing, but I survived it. I got away with it. I did take some hits from those ground units. Doesn't look as though anything has been affected. Nothing of importance anyway. Couple of times my fan on my computer picked up speed a lot. I've got an LED on it that changes colour and it went red. Got up to 44 degrees, which I don't usually, so I'm not sure what would be causing that. That's something to report to Laxor, who created the mission and is running the server. I don't suppose it's anything he's done, but it's just so that he knows. I've got a drop in oil pressure, so maybe I shouldn't take off. Oil pressure should be in the region of 90. It's popping up as I increase. Oh, it is getting up to 90, so perhaps that's okay. The CPU is running quite warm for some reason. It's got up to 45, 44. Not sure if that's anything to do with the changes that have been made on the mission. I wasn't getting this last night. I think I might jump out and respawn and see if there's any difference there. I think what I might do is leave it sitting there like that. I'll take a quick comfort break. I don't think anyone's watching the stream. It's not showing anyone who's watching. Let's just check. I haven't got my chat window up. Okay, so it looks as though there's no one watching, so I'm talking to myself. I'm going to take a quick comfort break, put my back soon window on, and I'll be back. Okay, welcome YouTuber. I'm just doing a bit of demonstration and a bit of checking out. Oh, they've gone. Okay. And this is the new Spitfire engine sound, not the DCS sound, but one that I downloaded. I think it's an improvement. I think it's more likely, a bit more real. When I make my turn in a minute, there will be reflection on the inside of the canopy, but before it was pretty much opaque, and it changed. It didn't change, it just stayed the same. It's now not as opaque, and it changes more and there's less area. See that it comes and it goes, so it's not like it was wrong before, I'm sure. Can't tell if there's vehicles on those black patches or not, because when they're all lined up and you hit one or two of them, they get a black patch where they burn out, but when they respawn, which those particular ones do, they respawn on the black patch, so it's difficult to see which black patches have got live vehicles and which ones haven't. This is the engine sound that I've just downloaded, and I think it's better than the original DCS. See, I'm shooting a dead target. Oh, there's one. I'll take that guy there, but he's on a black. Oh no, I think he's dead. I've got to identify the live ones.
Howdy from Brazil.
How Faustino, and welcome Brazil. First time here? First time on my stream? I really can't tell which ones of these are still live and which ones are gone. Oh, I know what I do. I'll go for there's some tanks on the bridge over that direction, centre screen, and they're a bit naughty, so I'm gonna go from the other direction. I'm gonna attack those tanks on the bridge because I know that they're still live.
First time here in YouTube. Follow you on Twitch.
Oh, gotcha. I thought I recognised the handle. Yeah, I'm just doing this as a test, really, and I thought for a change I would do it on YouTube rather than Twitch. So I used to do both, but Twitch don't allow it anymore. If you are streaming on Twitch, you are not allowed to stream at the same time on a different platform. If I do that, they'll probably revoke my Twitch membership. This engine does sound definitely different, and I think it sounds better. They've also changed where boost 8 occurs on the gauge. It's further round now. It used to be at 3 o'clock, now it's at 4 o'clock. See that reflection that we just got, the white reflection, is now far better, I think far more realistic than it used to was. I've got 3 of the tanks. I'm now going to land because that's another part of it. I believe they've changed the flight model. Hang on, they've hit my throttle. Hang on.
Faustinho. Oh really? Nonsense. Well, I'll be either there or here, just like the content Victor in hand.
I'm not sure what you're referring to now. Not what nonsense are you talking about? Yeah, they've hit my prop pitch control. In fact, the engine just died. They've just hit my engine, so it's belly flop. I'm not going to try and land on the grass in this. It never works. Well, it has done, but only on rare occasions. So flaps down, no wheels, land on the grass.
Faustinho. Referring to Twitch stuff you mentioned. Ha.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's just really frustrating. I imagine a few people have left Twitch because of it. There we go for a belly. Well, that was a nice gentle belly landing. I'm comfortable with that. We still get the grass coming through the wings, but hey. Yeah, it's annoying with Twitch because I used to do all three, but then I realised, of course, that when I say all three, the other one will be Facebook. People on Facebook can't put a note in the chat. It won't do it, so they have to put a note on Facebook, which is not really very practicable for me to try and keep an eye on Facebook and on the chat window. So I stopped doing Facebook and I was just doing Twitch and YouTube, and then Twitch said no, you can't do more than one, so that sort of that stopped that. But I thought, well, just for a change, I'll do YouTube tonight. I'm going to spawn in again and get the engine started, and you'll hear the differences in engine perhaps, and see the differences in, because they've upgraded the cockpit, textures and stuff. So there have been some what I think are improvements, and the sound that I've just downloaded for the Spit I think is an additional improvement. So let's go. I'm only doing the Spit at the moment because that's the one that I'm interested in because of the changes that have been made and the sound that I just downloaded. One thing they did change, look, is I'm too far back. That default setting is too far back for a Spit anyway, so I prefer to have it. I think that's much more realistic. The Spit cockpit is tiny, so you could probably put your nose on the gauges quite easily by just leaning forward a bit. So being right back there was just wrong. So let's go through the startup procedure. See, I something to look down too much. Okay, what have I done on that? So that's that magnetos. I think I'm good to prime. Let's start. Just as a warning to anyone around, I'm going to start my engine. I'll just put my lights on. Okay, start. So listen for the start. If you know DCS Spitfire sounds, I think you'll find this is noticeably different. I'll put the pilot in place, although it might sound gamey. I think it's more realistic because I would not look down and see no hand on that stick. I would see my hand on it, and the nearest I can get to that is that. Okay, that was very lucky. My brake wasn't on. I was lucky I didn't rev up. I'd have been away. I thought I had put it on, and that looks like that must be Laxor. Hold on. Yep, Laxor's also here, so hopefully he's getting the benefit of the spit. I'll see if he's on Discord. Stand by. I haven't actually loaded Discord. Wouldn't normally be flying tonight. This is a test because the Laxor's server experienced problems after the most recent update, the big update that gave us some good stuff, messed up the ability for the server to run properly. Now let's see if he's in. Yes, he's there. I'll join him. He's muted at the moment. I don't know if it's going to be suitable for him to speak. I'll give it a shot. Check, check.
Yeah, check, check.
Noticed you were muted. If you want to stay muted, that's okay.
No, it's fine. I'm not streaming at the moment. I'm just in here just to have a quick look, see how things are going. I'll leave the server running all night, so feel free to stay in.
Okay. I won't be that long.
I might dip out for other stuff or something.
Okay. Did you catch that? What I was saying about the Spitfire engine sounds?
Yeah, I was listening. That's why I dived in this one just as a comparison because I haven't got that stuff in.
Right. Okay. Might be worth a look at. I think it's better. I think the engine sound it's got like a drone with it, not just a steady sound. I think the other one, the engine sound was steady, but this has got more of a sort of a throbbing with it. I think that's more likely to be accurate. Something I will report, I've got no idea if it was anything to do with the server or what, but I did end up, on my CPU I've got LED, it went red a few times, and I got up to 45 degrees at one point, which is not usual, not ridiculous, but not usual by any means. I'm currently at 40. I don't know if that's got anything at all to do with server issues or whether it's been okay since I respawned, whether there's something to do with that previous spawn, don't know.
There has been increased CPU and memory utilization with this version. I think it's one of the things they're looking at. I think it's affecting the servers more than the clients, because generally the clients are fairly strong machines.
That borne in mind, I'm currently seeing 90 to 100 FPS. I don't get that.
Get rolling.
Sorry? Yeah, but even just sitting
get
here,
rolling. You might.
I don't normally.
You might change your mind. But you might change it. You might find it drops down. Other people have been reducing increased frames, but you will see it drop down once you start rolling.
Yeah, but earlier on, I mean, I don't always get 100, and certainly previous to that I wasn't. But let's just see what happens. I will start rolling.
I've done something wrong because mine isn't starting. I can tell can see the difference in the interior of the cockpit.
Yeah.
The metals look more metally.
When the update happened.
Like the primer handle
Yesterday.
looks more brass, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but also.
I doing? You fell off your key, brother. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's
Right.
not starting.
Is your gear light coming on? If you flick your throttle forward, does it bring your gear light on?
Yep.
Oh, okay, because I've had that didn't happen.
You might pick me up. Propeller up here. Thumbs down.
That shouldn't prevent it from... Was it turning but not starting or not?
Turning, not starting.
Oh, okay. Might have to reprime.
Yeah, I've been doing that. It's I haven't.
And also keep it running, because if you...
Keep dropping off your key.
Sorry. Also, you might, if you've primed it a few times, it might have got a bit flooded. So you might have to hold the start buttons for a while to burn off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're holding the button awkward or if it's taking wear again.
Don't know. I'll try again. It's probably just me. Yeah, you might have flooded the engine if you've tried it a few times. So you might have to just burn that off. Keep the engine turning and see if it burns it off and starts. You in a minute as well, because I want to know what it sounds like from the outside. It probably won't affect you, will it? It's probably only gonna affect me, this engine sound.
Yeah.
It's got more of a low throb to
I'd
it.
have to bust you.
Oh well, my spit sound, that affects yours as well then? Is it all spits, not just the one I'm flying?
It will affect your audio for that aircraft.
Ah, so yeah, you'd have to buzz me then, yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, okay, no, that makes
restart
sense.
that.
Okay. That boost meter, but the boost gauge being slightly slewed round is actually affecting me, because I'm pushing the throttle to a certain point that my muscle memory says to do, and I'm having to push it further than that to get to boost 8. Right, I'm going to go.
Boost 8. Was it more of the 6 o'clock position?
No, boost 8 used to be at a 3 o'clock position. It's now at the 4 o'clock position. There's not much.
I mean 3.
Sorry?
I meant 3, not 6.
Oh yeah, 3, yeah. Right, I'm going to concentrate a bit, because I say that little change in position of boost 8, because I do tend to watch that gauge as I'm taking off. That little change means that my muscle memory has to relearn something, I think, because I think I do have to actually push the throttle forward a bit more to get to boost 8. Part of the flight model change, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to go. Not a very nice takeoff, but I'm up.
I cannot get this thing started.
And the other thing I said before is that when you come in, A, you've got more control at low speed at the end of your landing, and B, when you get closer to the airfield or the runway, the engine volume comes up slightly because you're getting reflected sound from the runway. I think the sound I have for the Spitfire is generally louder because it seems very noticeable at the moment, and I'm sure I've got my slider on voice meter in the same place as usual.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I cannot get this thing to start.
It's not defaulting to your mixture control being slid forward to start with or anything, is it?
Yeah.
I'll jump on. Oh no, you're not streaming, are you? It's all right. I'll jump on and take a look while you do it, but to see if I can spot anything that you're missing. But I think you'll find it more comfortable to land once you've got started and taken off. Land at about 80 miles an hour. Oh, and I've still got a horrible bounce. Oh dear, after all that, after all what I've said, that's the worst landing I've had for a while. Yeah, if you're still there, Faustino, the big update. Actually, I said yesterday, it wasn't. It was Friday. The big update was on Friday, and that sort of messed up the server for Laxor. So we spent yesterday, last night, we spent almost all the time we were there with Laxor working online, just trying to sort the server out by taking out things that he had in there that might be causing the issue since the change. So we did get half an hour flying in at the end of it all, and we're currently on his server right now, but he's had to take a few things out. He's found a few things that, taking those things out, have allowed the server to work.
How many pumps do you give it on the primer? Come for key.
I give it 5 normally, but if I like now, if I just repaired, I'd only give it 3 because the engine's hot.
I cannot get this to start.
Is that
what I'm doing wrong?
Is that spawned in at the same parking point?
No, I chose a different one.
Oh right. Well, it must be something in the procedure for startup. Do an auto start and see what it says. You might see something there that you're missing. So that's what? Control E is an auto start of the engine, and it will take it through. It'll show you top right what it's doing. Sorry?
Control E doesn't auto start for me. It's normally a Windows and Home, isn't it?
Try that. I mean, maybe I changed mine. Oh, it's all Alt E, I think. Perhaps. I'll have a quick look. Oh, it's going to be...
Configure.
Sorry, it'll be in UI, I think. Hold on. I don't know where it is.
Well, it doesn't matter where it is for you, because it probably isn't there for me.
Oh, but it might show the default. Or will it? No, it probably won't.
Not if you've changed it.
Yeah, if I've changed it, it won't. Yeah, no, but it's not fine. It's not even finding engine, or engine auto start rather.
Right, Windows key and Home is the
Oh,
default.
that's the default, is it? Oh, okay. Is it going through it?
No, because I don't have a right Windows key, so I need to remap it.
Oh, okay. That's not what I used, I know. I think I must have used Control E or Alt E. Where was it listed in the UI?
I just searched for it. Start.
Oh, okay. Ah, left. It's Windows Home or left Alt plus E.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Oh, that's what I've added to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the default is right Windows key, but most keyboards now don't have a right Windows key.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have. No, I haven't. Well, I'm going to take off again, trying to redeem myself at least a little bit with a takeoff. That landing was terrible. For anyone else that's joined here on YouTube, this is the Spit with a sound that I downloaded for the Spit engine, and it also includes the improvements to the Spitfire from 2.9 version of DCS. And for anyone else who would have missed what I said, the reflection that we just saw on the interior of the canopy used to be really bad. It used to be opaque and it was pretty static, but now is less opaque and it moves with the aircraft in relation to the sun. Makes more sense. I think it's, yeah, look, there it comes. It's bright, but it goes. It didn't used to go before. It would just stay there, you know, for some time. I'm guessing that Laxor has got the engine started. Yeah, he's just getting to the end of the runway there. I'm trying to take off by about 85 miles an hour. Somewhere behind you. I keep losing you though. No, I've lost you completely again. Crazy. I was just talking to my stream, meaning to talk to you. I keep losing you. I was behind you, but I just keep losing what I'm looking for.
Moderate low curling west and to the south of the runway.
But look at that, look, see that white patch
South
it
of that
goes?
little lake pond thing.
Or to the west?
To the south of the little pond thing, flying west.
Oh, I think, I see the pond you mean, I think, but I'm not behind you yet, but I'm sure I will do. I should check the map, really.
I can see you. I'm on yard 3. Height 3, coming around,
you're
4
coming
o'clock,
round, yeah,
6 o'clock.
yeah. I feel as I'm having to also trim a little bit more nose up in flight. Whereas it was smack on one division, it now has to be slightly above one division nose up to be steady, but it does make it steady.
We're heading towards the Shulkers.
Okay, where do you want to go?
Straight left.
Copy that, doing it. I'll make a complete turn and go north.
Close on your...
I'll just fly directly across the airfield. Whoops.
Can fire from something.
Yeah.
Oh, they are the shulkers.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the right.
Well, we're to the north of them now, so if you keep going north... Then...
No, there's more in front of us, though.
They're not shulkers. They're the standard passive units.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see you. You see me?
Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of it.
I lost you as you went past.
9 o'clock.
No, you were 9, but you're not now.
7 o'clock.
Oh, I gotcha, yeah. Try and even off and keep steady. I'm at boost 6 at the moment. Are you below me?
Half 5, a little bit low. Leveling off.
Okay, well I'm going to make an approach for the runway. See what you think about whether it's better after you've landed or not. What was your takeoff like?
Scrappy.
Okay. Was that because of the lack of doing it or what?
Probably a little bit out of practice, and it also did feel slightly different.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I undercut your turn. I lost where you are.
Okay, well I'm a bit south of the level of the runway, so I'm going to move a bit north, throttle right back. In fact, I might even make a turn just to lose some speed.
Just crab it in, you should be alright.
I was at 260 a little while ago. Right, open the canopy, that'll slow me down. We're supposed to anyway.
Steady at 140. On your 6.
Copy that. I'm at 160 at the moment, so I'm going to reduce my speed and drop my gear soon. Gear going down. Whoa, I did something. Remember I said before, something happened where I lost focus. Whatever I did just now did the same. I lost focus completely, so I had to quickly get focus back. Don't know what I did. Flaps are down, gear is down. Trying to land at about 80 miles an hour. got a bump. One bounce apparently is okay in the spit, so I'm alright with that. Do you need me out of the way?
No, that should be fine.
Your landing looked as though it must have been okay. Did you bounce?
Oddly, I got one tiny bounce, even though I was coming in pretty low. It's just that I was pretty slow. I was probably just my came down a little bit hard rather than having a lift. I probably just bounced.
Yeah, that's what I did. I bounced. Thinking I might just take off again very soon. I'll move over.
Well, it's 11 o'clock. I need to check if I've got any messages from Sheep. I don't know if he's on a work site or not.
Okay. So that's Laxor's sound, engine sound, which I should be getting that sound from the new sound that I downloaded. And my push to talk is affecting my view. Ah, right. So that's something to watch out for. That must be a double mapping. That's perhaps why I lost
to try and,
focus.
Get the capture point.
Yeah, I think
when that comes active next.
I think I must have a double mapping because I used my push to talk and it affected my view. It zoomed me out to the standard zoom out point, so it must be a double mapping. So that, I wonder if something like that would cause me to lose focus when I'm coming into land, and I really don't want to lose focus. Yeah, I was going to say something else. Damn it, I've forgotten what it was. Yeah, I'm listening to your engine now. I've F2'd onto you, and I'm listening to your engine, and I feel as though it's picked up my engine sounds.
Yeah, which would make sense.
Yeah. Got more of a low end to it, and when it starts up, it sounds different as well. So you'd have to watch my stream or watch my past stream earlier on to get what that sounds like. But it does sound different. I think it sounds more like it should somehow. Are you needing to deal with sheep now?
No, I've not had a response yet. I was just having a look at the in-game radios.
Ah, yeah. I've forgotten what the shortcut is for that. I don't know if I mapped it even.
Shift Control Tab is the default. That shouldn't make any difference. Can you hear me in... Okay. You can't hear my You can't hear it on the radio though. Like the yeah, I think it's on by default, but it's whether or not you can see the window for it. No, but what I mean is I don't think you need to turn the in-game chat window on in order to hear the in-game chat. If we're in the same channel, I think it works anyway. Like you just hear us even if you can't see it. Maybe because you spoke whilst you was doing stuff. That's what you... Yeah, that's what you had before. Didn't you restart the profile and it sorted it out or something? Or did you have to restart the game? Yeah, it's the profile probably holding it. It's the profile holding it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I've restarted the profile and now the escape key's working.
Just gonna quickly hop in a Huey.
Yep. How will I know if I'm hearing you on the game chat, voice chat, because I'm hearing you anyway through Discord?
I'd imagine if you heard me in game, you'd get like a micro echo to my voice.
Don't think I've got that. I think I've got to remap the push to talk for this. In fact, that's not radio mode is not responding to my clicks on RPTT and IPTT.
It uses the in-game mappings for that.
Okay. No, I can't. Oh, hold on. No, I can't see how to set the push to talk for that. I can't see where it is.
Push to talk for what?
For the radio, in-game radio.
What one? What one? The one that the RP, the RTT and the ITT, or the
yeah.
other one?
What other one?
So there are two modes. So if you look on the radio screen, there's a cog and an aerial, which is probably green at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ah. Right. Okay. Right. So I've got master volume. Show active users.
But if you click on the green aerial, it will go white, and you'll see a different set of radio channels.
Now I'm hearing you in echo.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's not.
What, you can't hear me, or there's no echo?
I didn't get the echo, but that last time you spoke, I think I was hearing it through radio. Check again.
Yeah, I'm not using Discord at the moment. This is in-game radio.
Okay, well that's fine. I'm not sure
what you have to do is. So the other thing that you can look at, if you want to go sort of sim, you click on as long as your equipment is powered on, and you've got one of your radio frequencies selected, so your ABCDs. If you click on the aerial symbol, so it goes green again. Don't do yellow. As you click your ABCD, you'll see the frequency change in this radio window.
Can't see what the frequency is at the moment.
No, it doesn't matter, because you'll see it when you click on those ABCs and you've clicked on the aerial icon. So if you click on the aerial icon now and then change your radio channel,
okay,
you'll see the megahertz change in the window.
Right. Yeah, 124 I'm on. I'm not sure if you're.
I can't. When you're on the Spitfire radio, you don't transmit through the coalition radio. Like, it's distinct radios, and you set which one. I'm talking to you on Discord at the moment. So when you're on the Spitfire one, we can't communicate unless I go onto my radio and tune to the same frequency. So what was your frequency listed as?
124. 124. I don't know if you meant to. I'm seeing your green light go on in Discord, but I'm not hearing anything. Receiving.
Not yet. I might need to have a specific mapping to use the in-game, the aircraft radio. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
There might be something that I need to do. Were you sitting? Are you still sitting in the Coalition radio, or are you sitting in the Spitfire radio?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it all works.
Well, if you got the green,
Yeah,
if you got the aerial,
I've got the
green
aerial, yeah.
lit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sitting in the Spitfire channel. Okay, so the radio is on. It's the thing that looks like a checkbox should be lit yellow. Otherwise, it'll be grey, and you should be able to see that by toggling it off on and off.
It's yellow. Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
I don't know how to get push to talk. I don't know how to set the button for push to talk.
That's on. It's not on the Spitfire. It's on voice. It's on a separate, like a separate module entry for voice.
Okay, hold on.
But I can't get mine to work either at the moment. If I have a push to talk, it doesn't register.
Okay. Hold on. VoIP push to talk? No.
Well, VoIP push to talk is like the Coalition radio for that screen.
Okay. It's not listed alphabetically, which doesn't help.
No, under voice chat. So voice chat is the section, and then there'll be under the subheadings.
Ah, wait.
You want
voice chat
radio,
push to talk.
radio 1, radio 2, radio 3. But no. So that's for the Coalition.
Okay.
So you could set that, but you can't have the same push to talk for different radios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that makes it a lot more complicated. Which is awkward because in most of the modules you have a single button to talk.
Yeah.
Like in like your trigger, I think, or something is the transmit button. But you can't map the same button to different radios. So I think, what is this?
So it's how to get the spit push to talk. Spit radio push to talk.
Hang on. No, hang on. No, it's not. It doesn't seem to be transmitting.
I'm seeing right at the very top of that list to do with voice chat radio on the, like, not the Spitfire but the general stuff. I'm seeing cockpit R1 VoIP PPT and R2 R3. So that's radio 1, 2, 3, 4 push to talk, cockpit radio. So I need to set one of those with a push to talk.
Well, for you, I think it needs to be R1 because you only have the one radio.
Yeah.
Other modules like the Huey or the A10 have 2 or 3 radios, so that's why you've got the multiple stuff. It's finding the right mapping.
Well, my push to talk that I'm using to speak to you now on Discord is Alt Control B. So if I set up a keyboard mapping of Alt Control B for that radio 1, when I push that same button, it should register on the spit radio, shouldn't it? I'll try it.
I'm not sure, because the thing is, you can only have. Oh no, you can have 2 modifiers. Yeah, you have to. If you press your button.
Hang on, it's going.
Onto,
But RPTT is outlined in yellow. When I do my push to talk, it goes red, and the little tick box you're talking about goes from yellow to red when I press the button.
what one did you set?
How do you mean? What one did I set?
What radio did you do? Cockpit R1
Yeah.
VoIP PTT as your.
Yeah. I'll recheck that, but I'll. Yeah, cockpit R1 VoIP PPT. I've set that. It's the very first one. I've set that to left control B, which is what I use to speak on Discord. So, and it is doing something. It's recognizing that I'm doing it, but it's setting RPTT, the box around that. It's setting it to red instead of yellow, and it's making the tick box that we talked about. It goes from yellow to red.
Yeah, but that makes sense because yellow is, I'm guessing, standby. When you speak, when you speak, it goes red for you. When you speak, it goes green for me to show incoming transmission.
Yeah. Okay.
When I finally get my push to talk to work, you'll see the same.
Yeah, yeah. Once we feel as though we've set that up, we've both set Discord to mute mic, and we'll be only talking on this.
Well, you can mute your mic now because I can hear you, so I'm getting double.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you getting me on the radio, aircraft radio?
Yeah.
Excellent. Does it sound much different?
Yeah, it's tinny.
Good.
Quite harsh on the voice.
Good.
And you got a little bit of tss in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. Which you'd expect. That all sounds good. Of course, this doesn't come out on your stream, does it? It only comes out on mine, doesn't it?
How do you mean I'm not streaming?
No, if we were both streaming, we can normally say hello to each other's viewers, can't we? But using this radio, the aircraft radio, that won't happen, will it? Unless we leave Discord on.
It's game sound, so I'd imagine it goes through the game.
Yeah, to the game, but...
Yeah, but your game sound goes out on Discord on the stream. So if the aircraft is game sound, it goes out on the stream. Unless you've got the voice chat settings in audio, which you can't get access to when you're in the server, set to something very specific or different, then it will all get down mixed into the game audio.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is it should still work the same?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. The slight negative is that I don't get the blip blop at the end of it, of course, which tells me that I'm transmitting, although I can glance across and see the red box.
Yeah. Although if you look down at the radio when you transmit, does a button move? Don't know if there's a map.
No, nothing happens on the radio. When I look down at the radio, nothing happens.
Right. you. I got that response. Right, okay. I have noticed that sometimes the VFX doesn't quite kick in, so sometimes you get like a plain voice and then the effects kick in after. Oh, you mean my computer fan, not... check on two. Okay, so it does still. You can close the radio window and you still transmit. Sorry if I missed anything, I just had to switch channels. Missed anything, I had to switch radio channels a second. Are you feeling any difference on the ping? I noticed that your ping is currently 68. It would normally have been about 25 to 35. Increased ping is a known issue at the moment. Right. There was maybe a little bit when we first switched over, but less so now. No, he's not replied, so I guess he's on a work cycle. Yeah, I did see that a little bit, yeah. But when it caught me, it did feel quite strong, but it felt less like it was sandpapered perspex and more like reflection. Which way did you come in from?
Request repair.
Just trying to think if that could be getting influenced by this radio that you're on. If you switch off the Spitfire radio, so press the green aerial, so you go back to standard radio, do a ground crew request, and then come back.
Request repair.
Oh, you're down there. I think that is normally covered. Yep. What? I can't remember if it's all listed when you join, but basically it means if you're sitting in that radio, then anyone else that's got a tunable radio will be able to tune to your frequency. Failing that, if you're in a warbird, well, I have to make sure that all the warbirds are on the same, tuned to the same frequency on at least one of their buttons. Right, yeah. Well, I can leave the server on for as long as you want. Right, yeah. Well, I've still got a load of testing to do. See if I can start getting the routes backing. So I took out all air targets and then reduced some of the routes of the ground units to give us the performance back that we've got now. It's back in, so see if it takes the performance down again, and then if it does, then that's something I can pass back to the aerodynamic score. Well, I think they've broken something for a start. Yeah, because there's something about this mission that it just doesn't like, whereas it did like it before. Oh, your ping's dropped down to 50. Bit of frames maybe from the dust effects from our rotors. Over me. Yeah, but it only dropped when you were over me, and I'm generating a dust cloud. I take off and move out of the way, and then you come back over the same path, because you're flying over vegetation, you're near water, a bunch of different things to rent. I'm moving off to the north of the airfield. It could be the rendering of the the buildings. Like with it, fucking bay. The hangar where the Spitfire, next to where the Spitfires spawn. Check on 2. Yeah, the interesting is if we go into something like the A10. Yeah. Gives me on Discord temporarily. Of course, in the A10, the bindings change. So you have to set up your radio bindings for each individual aircraft. It's not a central core system. I won't be able to hear you if you're replying, because I need to look at the radio in the A10 to see how it gets switched on. What were you on again? 126? 24?
Okay.
Figures.
something I have noticed is that at the moment, after your trimming of the mission, your server is the first one that. Don't mean like fourth down the list. I mean the first to appear.
Yeah, I kind of hope that was the case because it's going to be one of the fastest servers to respond because it's the one that's closest to you.
Yeah, but normally it's I have the other three of my favourites.
Right.
You know, which includes Grim Reapers.
So the ARC 210 looks like the one to use.
Sorry, what looks like the one to use?
The ARC 210 radio.
Oh, okay.
Which is radio 2.
Alright, I'm waiting for things to populate at the moment. Radios in this are totally new to me, so this will be like.
It's very straightforward. All you need that once you're in, you've got the power and your inverter on. I think you have to you don't have to worry about the engines. I think I did mine out of sequence, but I think you need either the CDU and or the EGI, and then I think the ARC 210 will power up. Either that or it is dependent on at least one engine.
Okay, but I don't even know where the radios are that I need to access.
The 210 is the one that's immediately behind the throttle with the LCD display.
Okay, alright, hold on, let's you say I should have EGI?
I think CDU and or EGI. So turn both of those on, your inverter and your battery, and see if it power. And then do one click on the leftmost knob. If you look down at it, zoom in, you'll be able to see it's set to off by default. If you could put it one click.
Okay, I've set it one click. Hang on, EGI. I thought we had to get the engine running to get the EGI button.
No, the EGI switch that is on your right hip.
Oh, okay.
The green cylindrical one.
Green. There's two right beside each other.
Yeah.
And you can't see the whole word EGI because I've just turned it on. Yeah, it was on, but I couldn't see that. All I know is I throw those two switches, but I couldn't see that it was EGI until I turned it off.
So has that given you a green readout on the 210?
No, I'm not getting anything on the 210 readout.
Right, try starting up your APU.
The main APU?
I don't know what it's dependent. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what it's dependent on.
Okay. I've told the APU to start. Batteries on, inverters on, APU's on. I still haven't got any green lights on that radio.
Okay, once the APU's pressured up, throw your APU generator, which is on the right side, right knee.
No, hang on. The APU is not doing anything. It switches up, but it's not. Normally you'd hear it start, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm not hearing anything. We're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about the APU switch that's to the right of the green multi-box checklist. or the checklist. Well, it's
no,
got. You're talking about the other one.
no,
That's
like your
near the throttle.
left side. Yeah, you actually
okay.
switch on.
Okay.
So the AP, so from the Chuck's Guide thing, you do your power, your battery, and your inverter, and then other bits and bobs, and then your APU on the left. When the APU is spun up, you then do the APU generator, which is on the right.
Oh, okay. I've been doing it in the wrong order then. Right, the APU on the left is spinning up. It's at 100 now. So I still haven't.
So if you still haven't got anything on the thing,
No.
throw your APU generator.
Okay, that seems. Oh right, I've now got display on that. What is it? What radio is that?
That's the 210.
The 210, right. I've now got a display on the 210, which is unusual because I've never seen that before. Because it was
No, but you'll have to.
Never,
you get that, yeah, because you only turn it on. Yeah. So your default, what's your default frequency there?
133.
133.
So use the switches to get 124.
There's 5 knobs.
Yeah.
Sitting immediately underneath the frequency.
Yeah.
And then you just turn each one to change the frequency. Or left and right click.
Oh right. Okay, I've clicked it the wrong way. Okay, 124. So I should now be able to speak on the other radio, right? It's not. The other radio isn't responding. Like the on screen, it's staying yellow. It's not going red.
Oh, I'm getting.
Oh, did you say I have to remap though?
Not only to speak, but I was speaking, so it should have been going green for you. But
yeah, well it is.
I've just got all of my desktop has gone greyed out.
Ooh.
My entire.
Ah. But in the meantime, I need to set a push to talk button for the A10, right?
You need to, it's for Radio 2 specifically. So
yeah,
the radio, so there are up to 4. The radio system, the in-game voice system supports up to 4 radios. So the Spitfire only has 1, so it sits on 1. The A10 has several. So it's got a total of 3 radios, and the 210 is radio number 2.
So it's radio number 2, but are we saying I can't have the same mapping?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a pain.
So if you had, so what I've got is I have one 4-way that I used when we used to use push to talk for talking to the stream, and then talking to Discord, and then talking to private Discord. So I'm using one of those other combinations. So your private Discord mapping would probably be spare.
Oh, okay. That's Shift Control S, I think. Okay, let's try that.
Shift or Control Alt S.
Yeah. Sorry, Alt Control S. Yeah. Okay, I'll try that. I've forgotten where the radio, where the push to talk would be.
Voice comms.
Voice
Radio
comms.
comms, something like that. There's a separate module listed on the left.
Well, oh, yeah, it's
At the
okay.
bottom.
It's okay, yeah. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, I hear that. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's louder, and there is like a background, as in. Of course, we don't necessarily have to be on 124, but this would be the channel if we wanted to speak to the Spitfires who are on channel A. So we want it in there. Yeah. DCS crashed, it might not have committed changes. 1, 2, 3. Right.
Okay, try it in flight, I guess.
No, you can close it X. Yeah, check. In game, where your thumb would be, that four-way hat is your push to talk button, and it goes forward for the ARC 210 and down for the other radio that was below it in the console there. Four-way hat moves. Look at the throttle in-game and push to talk.
Gotcha.
Yep. Mapping that's different from what the throttle does by default, so it's just a visual cue. Not necessarily usable if you're in a dicey situation or anything, but you can at least look down and that maybe to see if your push to talk is actuated. If you're One, two, three. Yeah. I can introduce you to simple bombing if you want, since I'm not too heavy on streaming. light went out for the switch. Okay, so it's fairly simple. Mark 82s, they're not guided, they're not lasered or anything like that. It's just a case of, oh, I forgot to load on my screen, so I'm just waiting for that to load in. If you go into the DSMS page, it's on the, if you select, when you have those bombs selected, so there's the two either side of first and second buttons from the top. So points, hard points 4, 5, 8, 7 and 6, although you can't select 6 alongside the other 4. So if you select, like, not sure if you spoke just then, but it cut off. So you have to use the keyboard to follow. Make sure it's the background fans or the voice effects. Have you got a problem on the in-game radio? This is Discord.
Yeah, I've obviously got a problem because I'm not hearing anything from you, and I don't think I was transmitting.
It looked like you were transmitting because I could see it on your stream, but no, I wasn't receiving anything.
Well, when I pull my button backwards, it's no longer going red.
Yeah, and you're not receiving because I was just transmitting.
I got some of that, but I'm just not transmitting. What's happened? Is it because I'm in the weapons area? I'll close that.
Hang on, you've got something. Not sure what you mean by weapons reloading it. Yeah, that might be valid. If you've got the screen up, hang on, what happens if I do the same? So if you bring up the weapon, the rearm screen, if you look at the drop-down list, there is one. It's in alphabetical order. If you look for one that says MAV D times 6, and that's also got bombs in that weapon profile. So. I think, did you just lose audio again, or did you hear anything?
Sorry, I was pushing the button that I can't use. I wasn't talking on Discord. I'm not seeing MAV. It goes from LAU to M151 to MK.
Well, interestingly, I'm not even seeing the weapon screen on your screen, on your stream.
Oh. We would normally, I thought. That's fascinating. Why would it not show that? I mean, I'm seeing it on my preview.
I'm not seeing it on your YouTube stream.
It's not frozen or something, is it? So that you're seeing a picture.
No, it's still going. It's still going. You're moving the mouse around. You're on the lighting panel at the moment.
Okay, that's really odd. Okay, well, can't answer that one. But it's not showing Mavericks anyway.
Hang on. Right, you can hear me. So if you do select loadout,
yeah,
and if you scroll down, as you said, it is Linear 68, M151, Mark 84, MAV-D. So not strictly speaking alphabetical.
So it's below GBU?
Yeah.
Okay, well mine goes GBU.
It's sort of mostly alphabetical. Yeah, so GBU,
and then
L131.
Yeah.
L68.
No. I've got below GBU 54. I've got LAU 131 98 rocket M156. and a bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. And then on the next line down.
Oh, sorry, you said 68. I was putting the 68 mentally in the wrong place. LAU 68, 42 rocket, M156
Yeah.
WP, AIM 92.
Yeah. So then the next one is M15198.
Oh, hang on, I've selected, so I've gone, yeah, 198, yeah.
And then, in fact, you could, no, so then you got the Mark 84 times 2.
Yeah.
Then you got MAV D times 6.
No. Mark MK84 times 2, yeah. The next one for me is MK82 times 20. I'm not seeing. Should I be seeing?
Okay, well, scroll down further then.
MAV.
Because clearly it's got it in a different list. Yeah. That's server side. So everyone should be able to see the MAV D times 6.
Okay, well the thing.
Maybe it's put it in a different place in your list, so perhaps you just want to skim up and down and look for MAV D.
Well, that's what I was doing before, and I wasn't seeing anything. But maybe if you're saying it's not necessarily alphabetical, I'll try again. It doesn't get preceded by something, does it? Like TGP or something.
No. No.
So the first thing I should see is MAV.
Yeah.
Nope. AGM, forgetting about all the variations, AGM, then BDU, CBU, GBU, LAU, MK, PGM,
Alright,
SUU.
well, since it's there already, just take the one that's Mark 82 times 6.
MK. Oh yeah, it just doesn't say MAV. Mark 82 times 6. That's
Yeah, that one,
yeah.
because it doesn't have Mavericks.
Okay.
But the one that I was trying to get you to select that doesn't seem to be there for you, although I don't know why.
No.
6 Mavericks, but it's got 13 Mark 82s. So it's just one that had lots of shots. In fact, you could, if you go down a little bit further, there's actually a Mark 82 times 8.
Mark 82 times 8. Hold on. I've got Mark 82 times 20.
Now I can see it. Now I can see it on your screen.
Blimey, that took a while. Okay.
No, it's not that I'm lagging. It's just that before it wasn't displaying it on the stream.
Well, that's odd. How can it? It's just displaying the game. How can it? I don't understand it.
Oh, hang on a minute. Right, I know why you can't see it. You know where it says select loadout?
No. Where? Oh yeah. Sorry, that bit. Yeah.
Drop that down.
That's dropped down now.
Yeah, hang on. I've got to wait for the stream to catch up.
That's been dropped down for some time.
Oh, that I'm not seeing. I'm seeing the mission resources screen, but I'm not seeing the fact that select loadout has been expanded.
Okay.
So when I looked at your stream and I saw the mission resource, I saw you doing a drop down on the individual pylon, not the select loadout.
Okay. Well,
Because the one that I was getting you to look for was in the select loadout. If that's not where you were looking for it previously.
yeah, that's the only place I've been. I wasn't sort of hovering over the individual pylon. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, just use the Mark 82 times 8.
82 times Mark 82 air times 8. No.
No, the one is two. Well, for me, it's 2 above the Mark 82 air. So working down from that, from where it says Lao. So Lao 131, Lao 68, M151, Mark 84, In fact, you got there's a Mark 82 times 20 there. In which case, go for that one.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so I've got Mark 82 times 20, AIM 9 times 2, ECM, whatever all that is means.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the AIM 9 is your Sidewinder missiles. AIM 9s.
Okay.
The heat seekers. And ECM is just was it electronic countermeasures?
Right.
Just a
okay.
pod that you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. All right. So I'll okay that.
Yeah.
I haven't got to do anything else.
You might also
I've got to reduce my
check
fuel.
your fuel.
Yeah.
Check your fuel.
I've got to
Yeah.
reduce my fuel. Yeah, I've dropped down to just over 50% fuel. That's okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Apart from that, I think I'm good to go. I could save this, couldn't I?
You don't need to.
The facilities.
That is.
Oh, sorry.
That is
yeah,
a loadout.
It's not a manual one, is it? Yeah, okay. So if I was to do a manual loadout, then I can save it, which we couldn't before. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll okay this.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Yep. I'm just waiting for my fuel to be emptied a little bit, because I've got to do the fuel.
Refueling complete.
Okay.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Rearming complete. Wheel chocks are now removed.
Okay, rearmament is complete. Wheel chocks are removed. I'll just mute myself on Discord. Have you still got...
Yep. DSMS on the left side. On the left side of any of the MFDs, you can load specific bits. So you've got the load all button, which is the one on the bottom right, and on the left, about halfway up, you've got a load DMS. That's the load all, but you don't have to do the load all if you've already done a load all and you just want to refresh your weapons. That is on the left side of the MFD. Yep, so they've all loaded. I can see your weapons page. So if you select 7, I suppose you could select all of those, doesn't make much difference. In fact, any of the vertical ones down either side, if they're all the same, you can select them, so they're all armed. The belly one, number 6, for some reason, if you've got a bomb in there, you can't select that with the others at the same time. What do you mean they're not here? I've got to have your stream muted, otherwise I'm listening to 4 voices instead of 1. Alright, yeah, okay, yeah. No, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, so all we need to do is, when we're in the air, switch master arm on, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to map something, aren't I?
Nope. That's what I say, the bombs, dumb bombs, are the easiest, because you just use your weapon release button, which you've been using for your rockets. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward as well, as long as you get up to about 4,000 feet, so you can get yourself into a dive angle of about 20 degrees, and then, well, I sort of go into it all now, let's get in the air, and then it's easier for you to see it rather than me trying to describe it in advance. You don't. Well, you've got your dive indicator on your HUD. The ladder thing going up and down the middle. No, the vertical lines, the horizontal lines, 5, 10, 15, that's your angle of flight. Yeah. Right, well, that's because you've got your master armor. That's interesting. Why have you got your pickle line? I can't see your HUD at the moment now.
I can't remember what a pickle is.
Well, for me, it would be the line down the middle. That is the line at the bottom of that. You have a circular reticle. When the line goes solid, you're in a reasonable range for drop. Degree mark, and then you'll have like a countdown timer, a bit like with the rockets, to show you whether or not you're in range. And then when you can see it and it's over your target, and it won't necessarily be over your target for very long, you just hit a button and you'll loose a bomb.
Oh, hang on, I've got to set my seat height, I think. Okay, well, I've changed my seat height. Whether I've got it right or not, I don't know.
As long as as your direction indicator in that circle is just inside the HUD, that's where Warhawk suggested that I put it to. I don't understand why you've got the bomb pickle already, because I don't have that. Oh, hang on. Yeah, because you're on the ground and the ground is in range of a bomb. Probably what you want to do whilst we're just taking off is turn off those selected pylons that you've got. Yeah, just for the moment. So now you've got a cleaner HUD.
Yeah.
Because you haven't got that centre line. Because you're bouncing backwards and forwards for me, but that's a known bug. So canopy's still open. Canopy. So I reckon probably a reasonable set of targets would be, well, anywhere really. Pick something, just to get used to the what the reticle looks like and that sort of thing.
Okay, there is a target straight ahead. Climb to 4,000.
Yeah, about there. I mean, to be honest, whilst you're just working out what you have to do to release a bomb, it doesn't really matter what we do. You can just throw them at the ground just so you can see what the reticle looks like.
Well, I'm up 3,500.
Okay, so once you're at about 4,000, sort of gauge it by ear or eye, and just you want to get reasonably close because you're going to dive moderately steep. It's not like you're going to fly level and use the GPS to release it. You're releasing it yourself. So get moderately close and then start your dive. When you're diving at about 20 degrees, look for the circle reticle. Make sure you're level though.
No, I'm not seeing circle reticle. Oh, it's right down the bottom.
Solid, it's going to hit, and when it's dotted, it isn't. So if you dive for long enough, you will see that red circle at the bottom come into view, and then once it's on, you might want to lift yourself up very slightly just so you can see that reticle. So you've probably loosed a couple.
There's some targets. It's like a building with a green top.
The big long dirt bunker will take more than a few bombs to take out. So if you're looking for a good-sized target that isn't going to instantly disappear, that's a good one. Or get higher. It will come into view. Or lift your seat up slightly so you can see more of the bottom of the HUD rather than more of the top.
Okay, we'll try that. I've lifted my seat up. I'm making a turn.
You should be able to get a reasonably comfy 20-degree dive.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but I just blew myself to bits. The white building, is it damaged? Do you know? Because I just released a number of bombs at the white building, then I
This
exploded.
is Discord. What happened there? It looked like you
I don't know. I
looked
released
like you blew up.
I released a load of bombs and then I exploded. But
Perhaps they collided.
I don't know. I did a few in quick succession. And of course I've got no radio because I've got no aircraft because it exploded. That makes sense. Okay. So that was a complete and utter failure. I've got no idea what happened, what I did wrong. I hit my release button a few times in quick succession to release a few rockets. I had the solid reticle sighted over the target and very quick succession.
Perhaps there were too many bombs released at once and they hit each other.
Well, maybe. I suppose, like with rockets, I tend to release a few because I've got so many.
Yeah.
So.
And the bombs are much more powerful anyway. So.
Yeah. I'll try coming in again, see what happens. How much time you got?
Well, I'll probably log off in the next 5. But I can leave the server on, or I can cycle the server because I can see there was a little bit of stuttering on the ground units when they were moving.
Okay.
And if I cycle the mission, it might smooth that out.
Okay.
So I'll come in for a landing, but.
I'll probably continue.
Yeah, I'm off your key.
I've got oil delivery tomorrow, so I want to make sure I'm up in time for the earliest possible delivery. So I probably won't hang on much longer.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's on my stream. I'm going to stop my stream.